Aloha, my beautiful and amazing, wonderful empaths, highly sensitives, and anyone interested in energies out there. I'm so excited to have this reading this week with you guys because it's a little bit special because maybe you can already see it for those of you watching. They wanted to be dealt and mixed and in a completely different way. So it's very exciting for me to know. I was standing there because I usually use 4 card decks, and I was looking at them, and they were like, "Nah, today you're shuffling us in a different way," and it went cuckoo. And I'm loving when things like these happen. So I'm very excited to make this reading with you guys. So it's going to be the reading for the week of May 29th until June 4th, and we're going to have a full moon on June 4th. So we are, it's going to be a build up until the end of this week. Nevertheless, we have, as always, one special pile for the full moon. One pile on the top right for, a general one for the whole week, and then the personal ones on the bottom. And you can choose for your personal message, tap into if you want to. We have the rainbow flower on the left, the purple in the center, and the white one on the right. And I'm going to take this moment with you, to take a deep breath, just, sort of like get into the mood of the energy of this week. Maybe you can do this with me. Set the intention for this week. Let's ask our spirit guides, our universe, our source, God, the divine, however you prefer to call it. I like to call in our ancestors as well, our ancestral energies, our power animals, and all the energies out there that are always supporting us here in our incarnation on this planet. And I want to call you guys all in. Thank you for being here, for always being there for us. And I'm calling you in today to help us with this specific reading for this wonderful week that is going to, have this wonderful coronation with the full moon on June 4th. Wow. So take a deep breath and feel into how many of the flowers are resonating with you, are going to have your special message. Maybe it's 1, maybe it's 2, maybe it's 3, and then feel into if it's the rainbow colored one, the purple one, or the white. All right, and as always, I'd like to start with the announcement. This week is going to be special because we are doing a ritual, or not ritual. Well, actually, yes, ritual, because we're so close to the full moon on Sunday. As I mentioned before, I have opened up the Divine Empath Alliance. So you're welcome to come in, register with the link below the video or in the show notes if you're listening on the podcast. Register there. That way you will receive the Zoom link for our meditation transformational circle. We're still going on with the name. I haven't had the final confirmation from Spirit yet, but we're doing this on Friday, 2nd of June at 8 p.m. Central European summertime. So please, look into what your time zone is and transfer that. I know that UK it's 7 p.m. and I think New York should be 2 p.m. and Los Angeles should be 11 p.m. But please do check online. It's definitely 8 p.m. Central European summertime. I'm very much looking forward to that this Friday, June 2nd, because we're going to bring in, we're already going to go into the energy of the full moon that's going to come on June 4th. We're going to meditate into that one and connect to that and see what it wants, see what wants to happen that day. Again, also those monthly meetings, we're going to be recording them. So in case you can't attend, it's always nicer if you attend in it live, but just in case you can't, I am going to record it and you're going to be able to do that on, afterwards. It's going to be in the membership. So if you'd like, come and join us in the Divine Empath Alliance. Again, the link is in the description, in the show notes. I'm so excited if you want to come and join us there. It's an exciting time, and I want to serve you best in holding this space for you, because I know right now the energies are incredibly, to put them out there, there's a lot going on with the energies right now, and for all of us, it's very important for us to keep staying grounded as often as possible, to find and connect ourselves. And I know that's one of the things that we're going to do this Friday. All right, I'm just thinking, do I have any other announcement? Other than that, no, not this week. Let's just dive into this week's message. So again, as always, we're starting with the message from the full moon. So here we go. In case any of you, again, they wanted to be shuffled this time. All the cards wanted to be shuffled a little bit different. So we're just going to go with the flow. So let's see what the full moon wants to tell us. All right. And in case you like the cards, you're going to see the link for the cards in the description below. All right. The great severing. So this is what the full moon is telling us. The great severing. Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. All right. When this card comes, it doesn't mean that we necessarily have to go into, conflict and anger as it is telling us. It's just, the cards are just telling us, or the full moon is telling us, to be aware of that, to have an eye out for those things, because they might come up. There might be, some anger inside of you that wants to be healed. In case it does, don't feel bad. Just, acknowledge it and then see how you can best heal it, because what the full moon is also telling us is it's going to support you in healing all of this. And when it tells us the great severing, of course, it's about, about releasing. We are in a big time of letting go, of transforming, of aligning with the truth within ourselves. So this might mean that we are severing the bonds to certain, energies or even people around us. And if that is necessary, that might happen. And if it does, it's okay. I always say it's okay to feel sad when a certain time with someone ends, but it's also good to see that it's actually creating space for something or someone that might fit better. That doesn't, again, it doesn't mean you have to downplay your anger or your sadness about how things went down or whatever, but I want you to, to acknowledge it for yourself, acknowledge the pain. It's okay to feel that, because it's also, it also shows you that you have, a gratefulness towards the good times that you have with someone. But when it comes to an end, it's also okay to let it go. That's what I'm trying, to tell you. It's always a way to make space for something or someone better. So that's one thing coming up here, I don't know why, but I feel like the jobs, it has to do with job situations. And then we have Star Ancestors as a second card, and it's Hidden Secrets, Lost Wisdom. Look a little deeper. Look into your star ancestry. So look who is holding your space, who is supporting you, who is, which energies are out there that you can remember. So, if you can, and I mean, this is part of the things that we're going to dive into in the Divine Empath Alliance, is this for you to, feel into the energy that you want to connect with from your side, inside of you. This is you, your star ancestry that is within you, that lives within you. Beautiful. So if you can, and what I meant with the Divine Empath Alliance is that in the future, I hope to create, more guided meditations, but I haven't recorded one for this case yet. We'll see whenever it comes up. We're working on that. But until then, go and look up, guided meditations either on YouTube or maybe even Spotify, or maybe Apple Music has something like that as well, on, guided meditations to your star ancestries. Look into that. And I'm going to put it on my to-do list for the for the spirits, and see whenever they are going to show me and guide me to do that. All right, from the ancestors, we have the highest priestess, and here we go. Harness your mystic power. I think this is the second time in the last 2 weeks that we've had this card come up very often. And it's just reminding us, harness your mystic powers. You are there, darling. You have the power that is all in there. Just remember this high priestess that lives within you, or high priest if you feel more connected to the male energy. that is within you that wants to come out, that wants to, you know, live the here and the now. Because it is there. It's about connecting to that. It just confirms, you know, that the star ancestors are there because they're supporting that as well. And as a final affirmation, we have I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. Wow. And see, and this is, I feel this is a confirmation of the cards that we have here from the moon. You know, High Priestess, look at your mystic power. Look at the star ancestry that you have, you know, severing all the ties that are not doing you good anymore. And then slow down so that you can listen to that information inside of you. And that's, you know, that's a huge deal of, you know, taking the moment, taking deep breaths like we did in the beginning. It's, you know, about connecting with yourself, with your own body. You know, and going into that feeling and saying, all right, I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen. But I can only listen if I slow down. You know, listening is harder unless they're screaming, you know. So I can tell you from experience, sometimes spirits are screaming and we can, so that we can hear them. But it's better if we practice more and more to, for ourselves, to take moments throughout the day. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't, we're not talking about 20 minutes or 2-hour meditations. We're talking about taking moments where you just check in with your spirits. Is there anything, you know, are you telling me anything? Do I need to know anything? And you might not hear it in the beginning, but with time you will, you know, you will get used to that, and they will get used to that. You have those moments where you're listening, and then they will start, you know, become louder in those moments. All right. All right, let's move on to the general cards for all of us, to the general pile here. And we have a new earth. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. My darling, this means, you know, stay focused on what you want to create for this week. This is now, you know, these are the cards now that are going to show us how, you know, an overview of the energy. So it's about keeping the focus. So whatever comes up this week, try to remind yourself to keep, you know, keep holding the vision that you want of the new world. You know, we all want to create a new world, and we're here to do that. And we incarnated in this time to do that. And that's why it's important to go into, you know, keep reminding ourselves to do so. The second card we're having here is the Void. Stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. Wow. So also, you know, keep holding the vision. But other than that, you know, when we have this, when we have the Void, when we have the you know, embrace the winter. Winter is one of the times actually that I've learned to love, not because of the cold. I'm not a big fan of the cold, but I do love, you know, this time of slowing down, of, you know, going more inward, staying at home, you know, connecting yourself with yourself again, reconnecting yourself with yourself again. I've done this for the past years. I've had this practice, especially during, you know, during winter. There's the, in Germany, it's called the Rauhnächte, which is the time between the winter solstice, basically, and the 6th of January, more or less. And those days are an amazing time for divination. And this is, you know, this card, the cards are telling us for this week to really, you know, try to do as little as possible and to reconnect with yourself, to, you know, really turn the flashlight towards you and connect with your inner self. And then we have as a second card, third card. The universe powerfully responds to the instant I realign with love. And having this card come up now, it's you know, we're on one hand they're telling us keep holding the vision, but also slow down and, you know, look into yourself. And when you're looking at yourself, that's when you're realigning yourself with your higher self, with your, you know, with your consciousness and with your heart. You're bringing it all into alignment. And that alignment, you know, is basically the alignment with love. And when you do that, you can hold the vision easier, you know. And so that's what they're giving us here. And the fourth card here is deep cellular healing. Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. So again here, because we're doing this, because we're taking the time to realign ourselves with the energy of love, with our essence, we are making space for deep healing. Right? So when this kind of card comes, and especially having, having a full moon that's telling us, that there is going to be, some form of what's it called again, the severing, severing of ties of energies that we don't want. This is what's going to, this is going to give us the start, because again, the full moon is giving us, an energetic time space of around 2 weeks until we have the next new moon. So, and when this week comes up as us bringing us into the full moon time, it's already starting to work towards this deep healing for us. So take the time. I feel that we need this, like it says here, the card, we need this winter, winter week for us to be very retrospective, and look inside of us, so that when the full moon comes with his energy, and we go into this, into this alignment with our star ancestors, that's going to help us start creating even more, because we're harnessing our mystic powers. We are going more into that, and to be able to do that, to really stand in that essence of ourselves, we need to sort of take a little bit of a break. I know it's not going to be possible for everybody, but if you can, there's always a way. If it is, when you take the couple of minutes you're washing your hands, if it's the 10 minutes you're under the shower, those are moments. Or if you're, I love also to use the time when I'm standing in line at the supermarket, or, if I have to go for a walk with my pets, or if I have to go, and pick up someone, maybe the kids at school. Take that time to reflect for yourself. Even if it's a busy day, you will always find time, little moments, it doesn't have to be long, but little moments that you can use to always check in and align yourself. Check in and align yourself. All right? Okay, so we're going to go into the personal messages now, and we're going to get started with the rainbow flower card. And we have here, getting started with you. So if you resonated with the rainbow flower, this is your personal message for this week. And we have for you the broken arrow. Embrace the energy of peace. Oh, my darling, embrace the energy of peace. Wow. I'm just leaving this sentence in there. Embrace the energy of peace. So whatever comes up this week, make the decision for yourself to embrace the energy of peace. It's okay when something is peaceful. It's okay. Maybe you're expecting someone to do something. Embrace that they're not doing anything for this week. Maybe they went into their winter with the energies. The second card that we have for you is Star Family. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. Wow, and when this comes up, darling, this is a reminder. You have a whole, battalion of, wonderful spirit energy around you. Maybe you heard, if not, go back to when I started this, when I told you to go with me and invite all the spiritual energy we have around us. It's calling in the universe. It's calling in the divine, the source, whatever you want to call it. Call that in. Call your spirit guides, your wonderful ancestors. They are here. They want to support you. And when this card comes up, my darling, it's because they want to help you. They want to support you. So just go ahead and call them in and ask for their help. Even for tiny things. Sometimes it's good to practice on tiny things like, and I'm not talking about just a parking space. I know everybody practices the parking space. But practice other things. I remember when I called in the help of my spirit animals to support me when my sisters, we were living in the city, and in Germany you use your bike to go around from A to B, and here we have like this little basket on the bike, And I don't know who it was, they kept putting their garbage in my sister's basket. And I asked my spirit guides for support. I asked them, hey guys, can you help me? And they sent someone. And I know they did, because the moment we set this intention, the moment we asked the spirit guides to support us, no more garbage was left in my sister's, bicycle basket. And that was beautiful. And I'm just telling you the stories because that's how it starts. Start with little things. Don't worry, they're not going to be angry because it's too little. But it's about practicing to call their help in. All right? And here we go. For you, we have 2 affirmations for you. And here we go. When I'm grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I desire. When I am grateful for what I have, I can feel good along the way to what I desire. Oh, I love this so much because I just spoke about it today. I was interviewed for a podcast episode for another one I was a guest on. And it was beautiful because we spoke about, how to have a good practice of gratefulness. And I was talking about it. We don't have to wait for the morning or for the evening to be grateful, to sit down and write our gratefulness journal. Do it in the moment you are having a wonderful moment. That way you start appreciating way more things. When you're doing it throughout the day, you practice and you call it in, and it becomes natural to you. Very beautiful. And then the other one, the last one for you. When I'm in a state of appreciation, I'm in vibrational alignment with my true love nature. And here you go. Look at this. You are getting this double. So for you, this week is going to be very important to practice gratefulness. I don't know why you're receiving this as as 2 cards, but apparently this is going to be important for you this week. So also this, remember, when I'm in the state of appreciation, I'm in vibrational alignment with my true love nature. Here we go. And remember here, we're going full circle with you because the first card we had was the broken arrow that is telling you to embrace the energy of peace. And this is your true love nature. So you're embracing all of the love and the peace that you can for this week. All right, this is actually exciting. Interesting that you have that. And so if you're listening in, and you have the rainbow flower, that's going to be the title of your week. Go into appreciation. I love this. All right, so if you resonated with the purple flower, this is going to be your message. And we have for you, 2 affirmations as well for you. I am patient knowing that whatever is of the highest good is coming to me. Patience, my darling. Oh, I love patience. I know it's annoying. I've had it too. It's like, why patience again? But I can tell you, the more the more you get used to being patient, and I can tell you this from experience, the more you get used to being really patient, the faster things happen. It's incredible once you start letting go of that, how fast things start to happen. But the first thing to do that, in order to be able to do that, it's actually letting go of wanting things to happen fast. So learn and practice patience. That's a huge one. What else do we have for you? Oh, I feel my way into faith one step at a time. Again, see, wow, how these are connected together. Wow, I like celebrating that, and as you know, and here we go. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. So here we have it, why you're supposed to be patient. Be patient to walk into your faith, into your trust. It's okay if it doesn't work for one day. It's okay if on one day you're like, it was so hard to trust today. It was so hard to have faith in the universe today. But take a breather. It doesn't have to happen every day. If you need a day longer, take a day longer. It's okay, my darling. Take a deep breath whenever you can. Just remember me telling you, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. I don't know why I have to think about this reel that I've been seeing, or audio that has been coming up for reels. That where the one person says, I'm not saying that your problems are gonna go away from taking a walk, but no problem has gotten worse from taking a walk, from going on a walk. I think something like that. Let me, please, like, don't let me, it's not a 100% quote. I'm just trying to remember it properly. But that's what it's reminding me. And that's why, take a deep breath. There's no problem. Maybe your problem won't get solved from taking a deep breath, but, it's going to help you ground yourself in that way. I mean, if we're looking at all the cards that we've had from the full moon and the general one. So take a deep breath and allow yourself to process, allow yourself to practice faith and trust every day. And I'm bringing trust in because for me, trust and faith go hand in hand. Practice that. And if it doesn't work for one day, it's okay. It's okay to not be okay for one day. You can get back to it the next day. All right? Wow, beautiful. And then we have the next card for you. Wow. Medicine Mother, honor your inner knowing. Honor your inner knowing, my darling. Honor that. Honor what you have inside of you. You are brilliant. I mean, there's a reason why I say we are all able to stand in our divine brilliance. Why I want to support everybody to do that. Because you are brilliant and you have so much beautiful inner knowing, and you're allowed to trust that and to honor that. That's what these cards are telling you. Honor your inner knowing. And last but not least, your last card is here. Lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. You've done this before, my love. Whatever you're having, whatever challenges are going to come up this week, if you can, meditate with your spirit guides, ask them to support you, and then ask them to help you find the solution, because somewhere in your past, you have already conquered this challenge. You have already gone through that, and you've already, made it possible. You've already done it. So it's about remembering how you created the solution last time. All right? Now, if you resonated with the white flower, this is going to be your message. And here we go. Oh, you have a lot of ancestral energy coming in. We start with the Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in changing times. Trust your talents in changing times. I think this card doesn't need any more explanation. It's just there. You have, again, here we go with the divine brilliance. You have that, my darling. Again, you have that. And trust that you have talent. And trust that in all this changing energy that we're having, because it's about change, but it's also about aligning with your truth. And this is telling you, you have beautiful talents inside of you. You can stand with that. You can live that. Let's see what else is supporting you. Protection Guardian. Drop your shields. It's okay for you to... Oh, see, you have been protecting your talents. Maybe you have been hiding your talents. And now it's time to show them. Drop your shields, your angels, your spirit guides, your spiritual energy around you is there waiting for you to allow them to support you. All right? And your affirmation is, I accept that good things come easily. I'm a super attractor, my darling. One of my favorites, everything is allowed to go easy. So you are a super attractor. You can and are allowed to have things in your life go easy. It's okay for them to go easy. All right? Perfect. And here we go as last but not least for you, the Water Guardian. Look how many guardians you have. One, you have the Spirit Fox, the Protection Guardian, and now the Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions. All right? So this week might become a little bit emotional for you, but it only means they want to tell you something. They want to show you something. So allow them to show you whatever needs to be seen. Ah, wow. What a wonderful and actually very powerful week that is waiting for us. And I take it as the headline for all of us. And, is this card. And even though we're going into, we're moving at least for the north half of the north half of the planet, we are moving towards summer. But this card here, is telling us embrace the winter. So allow yourself to be very introspective this week, if possible. However that looks for you. I don't even want to, like I could be telling you, don't go out with friends. No. We're allowed to have a social life, but we can make space in this whole time, in this whole week. So, and I think I want to have this as the headline for this week. Embrace the winter. Embrace, the introspective time. That means make space for yourself to look inwards. All right, with this, I wish you a great week, my darlings. And I hope I'll see you on Friday, if you like, on Friday live for our guided meditation, guided transformation. And we'll see where Spirit wants to guide us this Friday at 8 p.m. Central European time. All right. And as always, keep surfing your energy wave. Bye, everybody.